Today, Pope Francis has declared as the World Day of the Poor. And Pope Francis, in his words, has prodded us that we might feel the plight of what it means to be poor and come to feel it within ourselves. Our scripture today from Malachi, from Thessalonians, and from Luke speaks to us of the struggles of a people who live in a flawed world as we wait for the coming of Christ. As it happens, next weekend, the Sunday before Thanksgiving, has been set aside by our bishops and asked our parishes to take up a second collection. And the second collection is for the Campaign for Human Development. Now, the Campaign for Human Development is a very unique collection. Most of the time when we ask you to give, it's for a one-time gift, for a cause, the missions, communications, if there's a flood or disaster somewhere. But the collection for the Campaign for Human Development, we're asking you to make an investment. That's right, an investment. And what you're asked to do is to give to help people improve their lives through education, job training, the availability of housing, transportation. Now, the Campaign for Human Development has been going on for 40 years, and we ask that you would continue that mission. Pope Francis, in his introduction to our celebration today, as you read his words, you can feel his pain and even his outrage. He asks us to picture poor people going through dumps, going through rubbish for the necessities of life. And then he said, maybe we think of poor people as rubbish. Well, that's kind of a disturbing thought. And then he goes on. He asked us to think of giving gifts. When we give a gift, we want a gift to please someone, something they want. If we ask Jesus for the gift he wants, he asks us to look at Matthew 25. What does he want? Feed the hungry, clothe the naked, give drink to the thirsty, shelter to the homeless. What does Jesus want from us? What he articulates in Matthew 25. What brings us happiness and joy in life? It's not self-indulgence. It's not doing what we want and things that please us for the moment. It really is helping people and lifting their burden. Pope Francis, when he talked about the struggles of people who are poor, he says the greatest struggle is hopelessness. Yes, there is need, but to live without hope, that's the worst. Our gospel today, Jesus is speaking to people who are persecuted, who are struggling, and he tells them, don't give up. Have hope. What does he end with the words? By your perseverance, you will save your lives. By your perseverance, you will save your lives. Paul, in his words to the Thessalonians, himself finds people struggling as well. And he says, the message is to not sit idly by, but as we wait for the coming of Christ, what we should be doing is proclaiming the word, bringing forth the kingdom as we wait for Christ's coming. Now, the Campaign for Human Development is about hope. There's an oft quote from the Jewish philosopher Maimonides. Maimonides said, give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. Teach him to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. Campaign for Human Development is about teaching people to fish. It is not a one-time gift or grant, but rather it's developing programs for creating economic opportunities by education and job training, giving people the skills to advocate for themselves so that they can secure better housing, opportunities for health care, and the other things that they need in their lives. In our own diocese, over the years, we have surely have helped many programs. Currently, among the programs that are being served is the Berkshire Interfaith Coalition, which helps to provide transportation and affordable food and nourishing food. The Berkshires is a large area, so the initiative is trying to shrink that area and bring opportunities to people. The Pioneer Valley Project works in the Springfield-Holyoke area, working with people that they might improve their neighborhoods and find secure and affordable housing. During the difficulties of the homelessness of people in Puerto Rico, the Pioneer Valley Project worked with them and provided shelter and care for them in their time in Springfield. Currently, the project also works with immigrants and helps them to navigate their way through the paperwork of immigration and help them to find a secure home. And also the Wellspring Program. The Wellspring Program works with aspiring entrepreneurs to give them the opportunity to work together, to pool their resources so that they can work together efficiently and use their resources in the best way to provide for themselves and the needs of their companies. We all want to help people in need, especially at this time of Thanksgiving. We think of God's blessings to us, and we think how we might respond. Well, surely one way that we are able to respond is by giving as you can to the Campaign for Human Development when we call upon you next weekend.